counting.
Yeah, you should come here. Thank you very much, Carl and Carissa and JP. Expresso family, so good to be with you. This morning, I told you about us having great conversations, right? I mean, as we always do. But today, we get to be with our RSG family. I'm talking about Christel van Tonder. She is, in fact, a documentary maker who is a part of the 13 series, or rather 13 episode series that is happening with RSG every Thursday at 8 p.m. where they air their audio documentary. It is meant to bring social awareness around certain topics, and one that is really interesting is the one that Christel worked on. It is about the first black child who went to a white school during South Africa's very first democratic election in 1994, and his name was Patrick Shabangu, and we are getting to hear from Christel why she chose his story for her episode for this beautiful documentary series. Everyone, let's welcome Christel, please.
Thank you.
How are you, my Christel?
I am absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
That's good.
Being in good company this morning.
Oh, yeah, we are in the best company because we have a mind as brilliant as yours that has delved into such an incredible story. I have to ask you first and foremost, why did you decide that you wanted to be part of this audio documentary series?
I got to meet Patrick in 2005. We actually went to school together. Now, I can't really remember the day or the moment that we met, but they've got so many memories of him. And then we ended up studying together drama afterwards. And then when I joined the SABC, I went to my then program manager and I said, I know this guy, Patrick. I think his Afrikaans vocabulary at that stage was better than mine. He's got brilliant sports knowledge. And I was introducing him to kind of get him maybe to join the team. And then Terence said, but how about you tell his story? And I was kind of like, I don't know. I know him so well. I wasn't sure, was Patrick going to go for it? And then the more I thought about it, and the moment I pitched it to him, he didn't even think twice. He was like, absolutely. It's just such a nice story to tell. And then, we started to work on it. And it was such a journey. Even though I knew him for so many years at that stage, just to get to really know him and tell his story was just an absolute blessing. And it's such a privilege that he invited me into his house with his families.
Beautiful. And actually with you going into his house and, doing all of this research on him, I can imagine there were some really incredible moments. But what would you say was the number one moment that really just stuck out to you that was so memorable?
So Patrick's story is, yes, as you mentioned, he was the first black child in Park Primary School. But he was raised by two fantastic families, 4 people.
Yes.
His biological mom and dad, and then his white family. And I got to travel with him to his biological mom's house in Molotu. And the year before we did this documentary, she had a stroke.
Oh, wow.
So she struggled to talk, but she really enjoyed talking to me. And it was at her house that I really got to see the essence of Patrick and his roots, And he is in Ndebele. And I asked his mother, what would she like for her son? Because she spoke to me about she really would like him to get, to get a girl, to marry. And I said, but would you like him to have a traditional Ndebele wedding? And she immediately said, no, definitely not.
Wow.
I want him to be happy. And if that's what he wants, that's good. But I'm not going to pressure him to do anything that he wants, that he doesn't want.
Wow.
And I got that same answer from his white Afrikaans family. And it's just 4 people that wanted this boy or this man now just to be happy, whatever that looked like, whether it was an Afrikaans Christian house or in his traditional family in Molotu. It's just they wanted him to be happy, and still till this day.
Beautiful. And that's so important because, you know what, happiness does look different for all of us.
Yeah.
So, it's always the best thing to not impose those views of what you believe happiness should be.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
But this, of course, was a documentary that was done in 2017.
Yes.
Why is it that Patrick's story is still relevant today?
It's human interest, and for me, it's about Patrick and what an amazing man he is today. But there's so much more to it because his biological mother was working for the Van der Bijl family.
Yeah.
And it's about one mother recognizing the desperation in another mother. And I think that is universal. I don't think that ever goes away.
Yeah.
And I think Patrick's story, his is unique, but it's still going around today. And we live in 2024, And I just think there's so many small themes in there that is still relevant. The docu's name is Jonk, Swart en Afrikaans, and that's how Patrick described himself. I think we need to chat it to a little bit older Swart en Afrikaans because he's not in his 20s anymore.
Yes.
But no, it's a feel-good story. And even though he's a bit older now, it's still relevant. And I listened to it a couple of days ago, and every time I listen to it, the way the family speaks, the way he speaks, it just gives me goosebumps all over.
Beautiful. And you know what, Christelle, we can't wait to get goosebumps when we check it out tonight at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming through. And also, like I said earlier on, you have a brilliant mind, which is why this was actually honored with a prestigious award. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And
thank you so much. Thank you.
It is Christelle van Tonder. She is one of the producers of the incredible audio documentary series that RSG is doing. Remember, you can check it out tonight at 8 p.m., my friend. It is going to be happening on RSG, of course. And it is all about those really important stories that need to be told, but more than anything else, bringing social awareness to certain initiatives. Right now, though, I need you to make sure you do not go anywhere. You're still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We still got a whole lot more coming up.